I'm at my lowest point ever. And I'm at my parents' house. I'm on the couch. I had just completed my 100th wedding. I was DJ'd my 100th wedding. And my parents, my friends, I told no one. And I felt like I was honestly ready to throw in the towel. There was no purpose to my life, no meaning, no excitement. Truly just not happy, just feeling bad. But if there was 1 ounce of hope left, it was that I just wanted to feel better. I didn't want to continue to feel purposelessness. And so I'm doing everything I can to try to find a feeling of somewhat being back to normal. And I stumbled across this audiobook from Tony Robbins. And it was on Apple Music. I'm sure you can find it. But he talks about this process that he uses to train himself, to prime himself to be a happy, excited, high energy person. And it's called the Hour of Power. And what he teaches is the first 20 minutes, the first thing is when your alarm goes off in the morning, you pop up out of bed immediately. You don't get on your phone, you don't roll over and go back to sleep. You pop up out of bed immediately. And then you go on this walk, an hour walk, where for the first 20 minutes, you simply give thanks. And for this segment, I kind of got started and I'm like, what can I be thankful for? My life feels like it sucks. It feels like I'm not happy. What can I find to give thanks for? And soon I started to notice all this list of things that I could actually be thankful for. My ability to see, my ability to actually walk, my family. And I took my attention off of my problems and all the things that I thought were bad and put them on the things I was grateful for. And this started to change my mood. And that was step 1. And then step 2, for the second 20 minutes, you're supposed to visualize your life in the next 5 to 10 years and what you want it to look like. What kind of house, what kind of car, what kind of people do you want to meet? What kind of money do you want to make? How do you want to feel? And you start to visualize it, but the key, you want to visualize it like it's already happening right now. And so you can really cultivate that emotion. And then step 3 is you want to visualize your day and visualize a perfect day. If you have to work, going to work, talking to your boss, making sales, closing deals, whatever it was, whatever your day is, you need to visualize a perfect day. And then by the end of that 60 minutes, you're going to feel amazing. And so I set out to try it. And the thought of just feeling better and potentially finding a solution to not being depressed anymore, it was pretty exciting. Just thinking about doing something that may make a difference. And I wanted to try it. So I went to sleep that night and I woke up and I popped up and I was ready to put on my clothes, and I look at the clock and it's 3 o'clock in the morning. And so I go back to sleep. And at 5 o'clock in the morning, I wake up and it's time to get up and do the Hour of Power. And I do it, I get there and I wake up, put my clothes on, and I go through this process. And eventually, I did it 1 day, I did it 2 days, and by the end of the second day, I was already feeling better. I started to change. My energy came up. I started focusing on the positives and things I could be grateful for. And my days somehow went better. I remember I was probably like 3 days in, I saw my aunt on the road. She's like, hey, do you need a ride? And she didn't realize I was doing this process. She's like, are you sure you don't want to ride? Please get in the car. And I didn't want to tell her I was just walking around doing this process and trying to feel better. Slowly but surely, I did this 100 days in a row. And I became a completely different person. And if you're like that, if you're feeling in a place where you feel purposeless or you don't feel excited or you just feel like something's off in your life and you're not truly in joy, then I urge you to try this Hour of Power. But the biggest takeaway I had, and the purpose of this video, is to talk about gratitude and how gratitude can be the #1 key to your success, to actually becoming successful. And success is simply defined as what you deem to be success in your life. For me, it may look completely different than what success means for you. And you can use gratitude to fuel your route to success. And I believe it's the key to not only finding success with you, but making a lot of money, finding joy, finding happiness, creating new connections, showing up as the best version of yourself. and ultimately developing yourself, self-improvement, and really pulling you into a new reality of the best version of yourself. And the reason is no matter what happens in our life, there's always something that we can find to be grateful for. Right now, I'm just sitting here and I can be grateful for this roof over my head, my ability to talk and communicate to you, this camera in front of me, my ability to see, my ability to hear, my ability, one of my favorites is the ability to get better. Because when you're at an all-time low, just being grateful and showing gratitude for the ability to improve and to heal from any disease, from any circumstance, from any feeling of depression or anxiety, to be able to heal from that and overcome it, to me, is one of the biggest things and one of the things I'm most grateful for. And what happens is when you start to spend a lot of time in a state of gratitude, the things that mattered to you before that were bugging you or stressing you out, they become so minuscule, they become so small, and they don't have any power. And just being in a state of gratitude long enough, it starts to change. You start to train and prime yourself to becoming a grateful person. And when you're grateful, what you're doing, and this is my belief, is that you're telling the world, God, universe, and it talks about this in the Bible, it talks about this in lots of different religious texts, but you're telling the world that I have everything I need and I'm grateful, thank you. And what do you get? You get more of it. And when you're telling the world, hey, I have nothing, this sucks, I feel awful, you get more of it. This world we live in, from my experience, is a mirror. And the way you show up is the way the world shows up. The way you feel inside, the thoughts that you think, the way you vibrate, the way you feel is what you get in the world around you. And if you can start to feel grateful, what does it do? It tells the world that you have everything, you need nothing, and that you're rich and you're abundant. And how does the world show up? It gives you everything. It gives you abundance. It gives you everything, all the resources, all the money, all the connections, all the ways that, the paths that you can take to get to the goals that you want. They'll just open up. New opportunities, new doors will open up. And this is the power of gratitude. This is the power of becoming someone who is looking at the world through a lens of having everything they need. And when you put out to the world, you have everything, you get everything, because there's no resistance to it. You need nothing else, and so it flows. You kind of like open up this flow of abundance to you. And there's times for me I've cut that off, and there's times that I've really seen it flow in myself and in others. I want to hopefully impart that lesson onto you. If you're feeling down, try the hour of power. But more importantly, find things you can be grateful for. We all have them, even in the most difficult situations. I hope this lands, and I hope I articulated it correctly, because this is one of the most important things to me. And I'm going to watch this back because I need to revamp on this lesson as well. And remembering that I've stressed out about a lot of things at certain points, but it's like, there's so many blessings around you. Like, how could you not smile? How could you not be happy and joyous and just grateful for this opportunity to live this life, meet new people, connect with new things, paths, opportunities, and just continue to grow. So hopefully this video helps. Sunday night, my life changed when I started doing the work, when I started stepping up to the plate and actually taking control of how I feel and realizing that I have dominion, I have power over the way that I feel. And when I got that power back and I was able to feel better from gratitude, the doors open, the floodgates open, and my life changed.